Inn management. It's a simple theme for a game. Guests come, they stay, you make money. Make the most money, and you win. But this inn has a gruesome secret, which is why I think it's likely the best horror game you've never played. The Bloody Inn is a card game for 1 to 4 players that takes 30 to 60 minutes, focusing mostly on card drafting and tableau management. Now that sounds pretty average, but the theme quickly sets it apart. Imagine you're managing an inn and you get to influence the guests. You're going to collect income from some, while you're going to hire others to help you with some more nefarious tasks. Now this is a pretty macabre game, so it turns out that the best way to make money is by killing guests, burying them under a nearby building, and taking all of their stuff, all while evading the police. Gameplay is simple and excruciatingly tight. Guests come and go quickly, and you have an extremely limited number of actions with which to influence them. So let's take a quick look at how it works. All of the cards share a few characteristics: a category, a level, a special effect, and a value. More on these in a sec. Each round, a number of guests will enter the inn, and you'll get to take 2 actions before that set of guests leave. These actions are the only way you accomplish anything in this game. You don't draw cards between turns, there's no free actions, nothing. So choose wisely. There's 4 main actions you can take, and they share a slightly punishing gameplay loop. All cards have a level from 0 to 3, and to interact with them, you'll need to spend that many cards from your hand. If the category of the card being spent matches the action being taken, it gets refunded. Otherwise, it's discarded. So let's look at the actions. The first one is to bribe a guest, which means drafting a single card from the inn and adding it to your hand. Now you've got to pay cards equal to its level, so a level 0 card is free, while you'll pay 1 for a level 1 card, 2 for a level 2 card, and so on. If any of the cards you pay with show a bribe icon, that's the action you're taking, you get them back. Otherwise, they're all discarded. In addition to paying for actions, cards in your hand can be used for the build and annex action, which basically means playing a card into your tableau. When you do so, you get to execute its special effect, earning money, reducing the cost of future actions, things like that. Now this is a game about murder, and annexes are an important part of any good murder plot, because their level determines how many bodies can be stored under them. So a level 0 annex can store nothing, while a level 1 can store 1 body, and so on. And just like every other action, in order to annex a card, we need to pay cards equal to its level. So now we're down to the nitty-gritty stuff. Killing guests. Pick a guest staying in the inn, pay cards equal to its level, and place it face down in front of you. You don't get the special effect, but you will earn some money, but only once you dispose of the body. So the final action is to deal with that. Bury a body. This lets you earn money and means you'll no longer be a target for the police. Pick an annex with some space, yours or someone else's, pay cards equal to the level of the body you're burying, tuck it under the annex, and collect the money shown on the card. If you are using someone else's annex, you split the money with them. So that's it. Bribe, annex, kill, or bury. Pick one, pay cards equal to the level of the card you're acting on, and congratulations, you've spent half your actions for the round. You'll take 1 more action, and then the round ends. If there are any police in the inn, you'll have to pay the local groundskeeper to help you hide any unburied bodies, meaning you both have to pay the groundskeeper and you don't get to loot the body before you bury it. Any accomplices you've bribed, that's cards in your hand, will cost you 1 franc each. All of the guests leave the inn, and any that stayed in your room will earn you 1 franc as they leave. So that's what a round looks like. Now you'll fill the inn with new guests, take 2 actions, gain or lose a few francs based on cards in hand and income, and repeat until you've gone through the deck twice. Then the game ends, and whoever has the most money wins. So the Bloody Inn is a pretty accurate title, really. The theme here is divisive. You'll either be okay with the idea of murdering innocent hotel guests, or this game is simply not for you. But if you are cool with the theme, then you've got a great game here with super tight gameplay. My favorite thing is that there really isn't much in terms of upkeep or maintenance. Other than a tiny bit of income you can collect, you have to spend your actions to do anything. And this means that opportunity cost is extremely high. If you're bribing, you aren't annexing. If you're annexing, you aren't killing. And if you kill someone, well, you best have enough actions to hide that corpse before the police come snooping around. The thing I like about that is that it genuinely supports the theme. You're taking advantage of a busy, hectic inn, which is an environment where most people don't know one another, and a guest can probably go missing without arousing too much suspicion. So the fact that a lot of guests will pass through the inn without you having a chance to interact with them directly is really thematic, and I love that about this game. Additionally, because you have so few actions, you have to make tough choices. If you want to earn some money, probably by annexing something, murdering a guest, and then burying them, it's going to take multiple rounds. During that, you're going to be tempted to have a variety of cards in hand so that you can get a discount on actions. But you have to pay for each card at the end of every round, and income is sparse. Each round, there's a bit of opportunity to push your luck. For instance, police investigations only happen if there are police in the inn at the end of a round. So, do you leave that corpse there, hoping that no police show up next round? Or that maybe another player might also have a fresh corpse problem and take care of that policeman for you? If you get stuck without an annex, do you bury a body in another player's annex, knowing that you'll have to split the profit? Maybe you intentionally murder low-level guests and try to fill up your opponent's annexes, causing them to get caught with a body, or to force them to share a high-valued one with you. While all of those choices are difficult, they are fairly tactical and self-contained. You don't have to plan out a huge chain of actions, and that means turns are quick and satisfying. Finally, this game just looks great. The components are simple, sure, but the artwork is eye-catching, the iconography is well executed, and visual clarity is pretty high. So, is this game right for you? If you can handle the theme, this is a unique and excellent game. It's got great art, the rules are straightforward, and turns are quick with just the right amount of aggravation. You can't do everything, not even close. And once you get a feel for the gameplay loop, you're left with satisfying tactical decisions with just a hint of push your luck and light strategy. Now there are a couple things that aren't great. The extremely limited number of actions can be a bit much at times, and not every player will appreciate it. The game can also just be punishing in a really unfortunate way. It's not generally difficult, but if you do make a mistake, like getting caught by the police because you didn't have enough cards to bury a body, well, you probably just lost the game. If you're intending to play this as a solo player, I wouldn't recommend it. Solo modes weren't really common in games yet when this was published, and this one here is really just you versus a score track, and it isn't great. And that brings us to the final problem, availability. This game was first published in 2015 by Pearl Games, which was acquired by Asmodee and subsequently shuttered. Now, they closed fairly recently, but the Bloody Inn has been out of print for a couple of years now, and it may be a little bit hard to find. So that's it. If you've played the Bloody Inn, tell me what you thought in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and feel free to join me on Twitch, where we stream games like this every week. See you next time.